Hey everyone, it's your host Joy. Welcome to another episode of Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs. Thank you all for watching and subscribing to our podcast. Today, the Sister Talks ladies are here and we're diving into a topic that many of us face at some point. From breakdown to breakthrough, stories of resilience and growth. We'll share stories of resilience, uncover lessons learned, and discuss the importance of mindset in transforming adversity into opportunity. Whether you're in the midst of a struggle or reflecting on past challenges, this conversation will inspire you to keep pushing forward and embrace the growth waiting on the other side. So grab your journal or sheet of paper, and I'll be right back.
Thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. This podcast is where you'll hear leading experts from around the globe figuring out what you could be doing to tackle your greatest business challenges. So get ready to hear from some of the brightest minds and boldest thinkers on how they're taking on these problems and how you could too. Now, here's your host.
Welcome back. So most of you know me, but for those of you who do not know me, my name is Joy Norman, and I'm your passionate success mentor. And I'm also the CEO of the international organization and movement, Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs. And I am blessed to help success-driven women entrepreneurs get past their fear and procrastination, move forward and take action, and build a profitable and sustainable business without wasting time on strategies that just don't work. Even if you've been struggling to grow your business for years and you haven't seen much fruit. And I'm also the host of this podcast, which is a podcast all about uplifting, informing, and empowering women entrepreneurs to grow a sustainable and profitable business. Working your business can be tough and overwhelming, and it's easy to get lost in a busy life. We want to inspire you and support your growth. So let's meet the Sister Talks ladies. Hi, ladies. I'm so excited that you are here. Thank you for joining us for Sister Talks.
Yay.
Hey.
I love our sisterhood community. It's so nice to be a cheerleader in someone else's life, and it's nice to be willing and ready to be vulnerable about your own struggles. And we all need to connect with other women, and chances are you are not the only one going through a difficult situation. And sometimes the greatest strength comes in recognizing that we cannot do things alone. So thank you so much for inspiring, empowering, and supporting others to soar a little higher. Yes. Everybody looks so nice. We're just right on time for spring. We got our butterflies and our plants and flowers.
I like it.
Yes. So ladies and listeners at home, grab your favorite cup of tea and let's settle in. Let's get into the stories, tips, and insights that can help you transform your own moments of challenge into opportunities for growth and success. So toast. All right, so let's start with introductions. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from and what you do.
Hi, I'm LaToy from California.
I work for the state of California, a full-time mom, of course, and becoming fierce female entrepreneur's assistant.
My name is Connie, and I am in Texas now, almost 2 years now. And I'm a chaplain and a minister, and I help people get over the rough bumps in their life. And I'm also there to encourage and cheer them on when things are going well, too. So, and of course, I'm a mom and a grandma.
I'm Krista, and I am from Ontario, Canada, and I help women with fibromyalgia learn to thrive, and I have 2 awesome teenagers.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. All right, would you ladies like to do an activity?
Sure.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm. This is called Rapid Reflections. I'm going to give you a word or a phrase related to resilience or growth, and you will have a few seconds to share what comes to mind, whether it's a personal experience, advice, or a thought on the topic. And this is a fun, interactive way to encourage quick, spontaneous sharing and self-reflection that prompts you to respond immediately with your thoughts, experiences, or advice on the topic. Are you ready?
Sure.
The first word is failure. Failure.
Failure. I'll start. When I think of failure, I think about the opportunity for growth. Most of the time we look at it as a negative thing, and it's hard, but there's a lot you can learn when failing. And so that's the first thing that comes to mind is what can I learn from this failure and how can I move forward? And maybe not right away. You may have to sit in it for a minute and reflect, but you can usually find some type of growth out of it. And it could be an opportunity to learn something of what not to do the next time going forward.
I agree. When I think of failure, the first thing I think is an emotional response to something that didn't go the way you really thought it should go, or the way you really want it to go. And it's like, oh no. And first, sometimes you can think of yourself as the failure that you're not. It's just like Toy was saying, okay, keep your game on. This didn't work. Maybe there's a better way or a different way that I can do the same thing. So it is a chance for a do-over. And it's not, it's important that we don't internalize it and think you're the failure. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. And you learn from it and you move on. But yeah, failures are definitely rungs on the ladder to success. And we can definitely learn from them. And we can learn from seeing other people's failures too, and just make different decisions to move to your next step.
Yeah, that's really good. I like the ladder analogy, Connie. And failure to me is not an option. So I can relate to what you were saying, where people think I'm the failure, and that used to be me, but now I'm with LaToy, and it's what can I learn from this? It's not a failure. It's not even an option anymore. It didn't work out. You learn something, you grow, you change direction. So yeah, failure doesn't have the same heavy weight for me that it used to.
Yeah, it's very good. Failure isn't the end. It's a step in the process. Every great entrepreneur has faced failure, but what sets them apart is how they respond to it. Failure teaches us lessons we can't learn any other way. It challenges us to rethink, reframe, refine, and rise stronger. When I think about failure, I remind myself it's not about falling down. It's about how many times you get back up. So embrace failure as opportunity to grow because each setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Confidence.
Confidence. That one, the first thing I thought about is confidence being an action. Doing things is what gives you confidence. We can, prep and plan and get ready to do things. Having my family and having my kids, I've been really trying to instill in them that taking a step, actually doing something, is what actually gives you the confidence that you need in your life. So a lot of times we get stuck in what's in our head and what we want to achieve. And so I've been telling my kids, like, go ahead and take the test or do the thing, start doing actions. And in turn, once you achieve those things and once you do those things, you'll have the confidence. So for instance, driving, my son is driving now. And so he's gotten so much confidence by actually driving and me letting him drive. So, we have the fear of not wanting him to drive, but the act of driving is what gives him the confidence that he can do it. So when he gets to the place and then it instills in him, oh, I can. So we want to do so many things, take some actions, and then you'll get the confidence on the back end. You may not have the confidence to do it in the beginning. The confidence comes from you doing something and achieving that. And then that's how you get the confidence to go forward.
Yes.
Well, I agree with Toy. That was a really good example, Toy. Confidence to me, I come from the emotion things a lot, emotion and the thinking. But if I'm confident, it's like, all right, I just came through this failure, but doggone, I'm going to get it right this time. And I'm going to still achieve whatever that goal was I can achieve. When you have the encouragement inside yourself and the confidence, man, you are a winner. And it will affect you and you're going to hit your goals.
So when I think of confidence, I really like that LaToy, you said action, and Connie, you just said keep going. It's inside of you, and that's really awesome. So I think it's that confidence is something that you can grow into. It takes practice, and it's a choice. You can choose to be confident even if you are not in the moment. You'll see it at the end, which I thought that was a really, really good example of driving, especially. And I think it's sort of based on your self-worth. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, you don't have the confidence that you need. So, but when you start doing things that you feel good about yourself, that's something that can grow.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So confidence is your power suit. It gives you the strength to show up and the courage to take risks. But remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about believing in yourself despite imperfections. It's built through small wins, stepping outside your comfort zone, and celebrating progress. Confidence comes from trusting your abilities, embracing your unique journey, and showing up authentically. When you're confident, you inspire others to be bold too. So own your space, speak your truth, and let your confidence shine. Yes. Next word, winning.
Winning. Man, I've realized that it's very subjective. Getting my kids off to school in the morning on time is a win for me. So it doesn't have to be like a Grammy, it can be something as small as getting them to school on time. And I'm like, that's a win. I'm very happy about that. The school is across the street, by the way. So yeah, it's very close. And I still can't get them there on time every day. Oh my gosh, you'd be shocked how close the school is. Small wins. I think sometimes we make a grand thing and we have an idea of what winning is in our minds. Everybody does. And like I said, I have two teenagers now, two young ones, but also two teenagers. And you're not always going to win, but it's what's what you set inside of you is a win. And so, for everybody, it's different. And so just set your day up, your month up, your year up of what winning looks like for you. And then you'll be able to feel the joy of those wins because you're not looking for outside validation to say that you so-called won. It's just what it is for you.
That is so good. So good.
I'm agreeing with all of that. When I think of winning, it's there's the big win at the end, but that big win consisted of a bunch of smaller wins along the way. If your football team's winning, it's not that final touchdown only. It's everything that led up along the way. So the training that they went through and all the hard work they went through, and then they had some encouragement and a win. And you're right, Toy. It's a confidence thing inside of you. And again, it's a mindset. If you think you're a loser, you're a loser. Or your thinking is that way. And if you think you can win, man, you can do it. So I think it's important to realize winning isn't always just the big final win. It's every step along the way. Okay, so I did get up this morning and I got out of the house on time. Okay, and I'm a list maker. For me, I take the grandkids to school about half the time. So got them going, did that. Came home and I had a few to-do things. Those are all small wins. So at the end of the day, I got myself a good day going on. So winning, I love it. It's an attitude, but it's a step-by-step thing.
I like that it's an attitude for sure. And I agree with LaToy, that's a personal thing. It is very subjective because I think it used to be very black and white. You win, you lose. But it doesn't have to be because it is a personal thing. And like you both said, you got up, you took the kids to school, you ate well today. All those are small wins. And I think winning is something that I did well. And it's something I've completed or finished. And I am endeavoring to celebrate all wins, big and small. That's one of my goals for this year.
Love it. Is that your words of the year? Winning. That's good. So winning isn't just about trophies or accolades. It's about progress, growth, and persistence. True winning happens when you set goals and consistently work toward them, even on tough days. It's about celebrating the small victories that lead to the big ones. Winning is a mindset. It's choosing to see opportunities instead of obstacles and showing gratitude for every step forward. Remember, winning isn't about competing with others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and creating a life you're proud of. Next, support system.
Yeah.
Support system. That one, I just think of family, friends. My parents are a big support system, helping me, like Connie was saying, get the kids off to school in the morning and being fortunate. And I don't take it for granted that I have that support system because not everyone has that so close. Yeah, I'm just grateful of that. And that's what I think of. My parents, family coming to help and just always being there.
I agree very, very strongly with you. And if you have a bunch of negative Nellies around you who you know what you're supposed to do and you're going for it, maybe they don't agree with it. Well, I just don't think you can still do it. It might be a little bit tougher if you're surrounded with people that are naysayers, that are negatives, that are doubters. But you can still achieve your goals, absolutely. So surround yourself with positive, uplifting people, with peers. For me, I know who that means. I have my people at church, my people in ministry that I know got my back. I know that are praying for me and they're not talking behind my back. And so, your support system's real important. You can do it if you don't have a support system, but it's harder. So Surround yourself with good folks that encourage you, that see the good and the potential in you.
Yeah, definitely. That makes a big, huge difference when you have those people in your life, for sure. For me, I think it's providing encouragement and support. Maybe it's a cheerleader, like somebody who's kind of cheering you on the sides. They like what you're doing, but they maybe haven't been a part of it before. Or maybe they've walked a similar path and they're like, okay, I've already done this. This might work for you. And so they just kind of lead you along, or you're leading that person along. And it could be practical, physical, emotional, as something as simple as like someone shoveling the walkway out for me in Canada, or going to get groceries, or listening when you talk, or a text message. So all those little things I think can play into a support system.
Agree.
A support system is the backbone of any entrepreneur's journey. It's the friends, families, mentors, and peers who cheer you on, pick you up when you're down, and hold you accountable. No one achieves greatness alone. Your support system provides a safe space to share ideas, celebrate wins, and work through challenges. It's not just about receiving support, though. It's about giving it too. Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you, and never underestimate the power of community. Together, we're always stronger. All right. That was very insightful. Thank
Yeah.
you for doing my little activity, rapid reflections. I'm going to be coming out with board games. So, our topic today is from breakdown to breakthrough, stories of resilience and growth. And we all encounter moments where it feels like everything is falling apart. And these breakdowns, whether in our businesses, our personal lives, or both, can leave us questioning our paths and doubting our abilities. But what if these moments, instead of being setbacks, what if they are actually setups for growth and transformation? So
Yeah.
today, let's explore how breakdowns often reveal what's not working, whether it's our mindset or our approach to business or the way we balance our lives. They force us to stop, pause, reflect, and make the changes we need to create breakthroughs. And sometimes it's the smallest shift that makes the biggest impact. So let's discuss some practical strategies to recognize these moments, reframe our perspective, and take action toward growth. So, ladies, for our plug in discussion, can you share a time when you faced what felt like a breakdown in your life or business? And how did you manage it? And what did you learn from that experience?
It's funny because I should have expected it, but I didn't expect for something that you want. You don't, something that you really, really want badly, you don't often expect a breakdown within that. So I use this example because it's perfect, because it's something that I really wanted and, prayed for and hoped for and love. I experienced the breakdown when I had my two youngest kids back to back, which I was happy, blessed, fortunate, because of the age I wanted to have them close together. And so I was just elated that it happened that way. I wasn't expecting the breakdown that would happen having them that close together And then I also had two older kids at the same time. So yeah, like I said, I probably should have expected some type of breakdown. I always think it's funny because I'm like, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. Even though I was prepared for it, I feel like I'm nurturing. I love kids. I always make the joke that in high school, like I was mama toy. That was like, because I would bring food for my friends. They mentioned something I had like a jacket. I was always on that nurturing side of things. And so this is what I wanted. So it was hard and stressful at first to realize that to be in it and for it to be so stressful, you're just laying there reflecting like, this is what I wanted. And this is hard, very hard. I had the support system. My husband was there. He was off. I had my parents. I had it all. And it still became hard. What I learned from it was for a season. I feel like for anyone going through anything, I try to tell my older kids that, like, they have had a hard time in high school. Well, for my oldest, that's over now. That didn't last. It's hard at the time, but if you know that it's only for a season, then it can help you get through it. The first season, they were 1 and 2 years old. Then they were 2 and 3 years old. It was like just a lot potty training at the same time. There was a lot of not sleeping through the night all at the same time. But then now they're 8, 9 years old. They're about to be, 10 and 9 this year. So it's a season. I learned also I had to get better organized and declutter and do some things. That has lasted this whole 10 years. I am reformed clutter. I don't know what you call it. I was forced to be more organized. The chaos was worse in the disorganization. Couldn't find clothes, couldn't find this. So I was kind of forced to, and now it's great because it's lasted and it's just helped me. So yeah, I learned how to put in systems and be more organized within my home life. That's helped. And then of course, just family and friends helping and always being there and taking a moment. The other thing I did was, just find something within you. Like I took a lot off of the plate of my older kids so that we could just be. It's like, oh, this is just this time. And I was still trying to do it all for all of them. And it was like, oh, with this little season, we won't be able to have all. And so, yeah. And so we got through it, but it was definitely a breakdown. Definitely a breakdown.
Well, you wouldn't know it. I'm looking at your background. Everything looks so neat and
oh man, yeah. You learn a lot.
so pretty. I think on that one we should take a sip of our favorite.
Well, let's do it.
Oh, that was a lot.
And that was a lot, Toy, but man, we can all relate to that kind of thing. For me, it also involved family, but I had a major breakdown that I thought it would never happen, and I saw things began to happen and develop, and then they escalated and came to a pivotal time. And so what happened with that, and when it was happening, I felt like such a failure, and I was so embarrassed, and what do people think of me, and all this shame came in and all this stuff. And so I was reeling and spinning for a while. I kind of went limp for a while. I just had the wind knocked out of my sails. And actually, it was a really difficult thing that I went through. So what I learned, it's okay to go limp for a little bit. It's okay to go, oh my gosh, what just happened? All right, but you don't live there. You take a moment, you breathe, get yourself as calm as you can, for real. For me, it's like, okay, Lord, what's going on here? And then don't always insert the answers you want to hear. I mean, you're having a reset in your life, and you're going to have, if you have 10 people give you advice, you're probably going to get 10 different advices from 10 different people. So this thing happened, and I ended up relocating from the Sacramento, California area where I was for 42 years. And I've been in Texas almost two years now. So this thing that was so devastating to me, and to me it was shameful and ugh. All right, so now I've relocated. I'm in a new place, and it is an opportunity to start over again. And I am. So all that shame and guilt or whatever, all that ugly stuff, it's gone. Man. And I have gone from being obedient. I felt like the Lord very clearly said, okay, you're supposed to relocate to the Dallas area. And he gave me the reasons why. All right. So I came in obedience because I know the voice of the Lord. And if I can obey him, I want to. All right. So probably about 3 months ago, I transitioned from just being obedient to being here in Texas to I have embraced it now. And so I went from this down, ugh, belittling to myself place to a restart, new attitude. I got a new attitude. You know that song, right? Maybe you don't all know the song.
I know
I have a new attitude. You got it, girl. But I have a new attitude, and it's a new start. It's an opportunity. And the things that I am in the early stages of doing and preparing to do, those things would not have happened had I not gone through the bad stuff. But because I went through it, I allowed myself to feel bad for a time because we're human. And you have emotions. You just can't push everything back and say, no, it never happened. Just deal with it. Allow yourself to grieve if you need to. And allow yourself to heal and take a breath. Okay, here we go. We're on a new path now, baby. And so just embrace the new thing. And that's exactly what happened. So the ministry relaunch that's going to be happening in the next several months, that would not have happened had other these, what started out as a stumbling block and then all the building blocks. So now, check this out. God's getting the glory in this whole thing. So, you didn't win, you bad person there. But God is. So it's exciting. So you can go from your failure, get your healing, get your confidence, and then, man, go for the things that you really have on your heart to do.
Yes, I can. Yeah, I'm gonna change that picture on winning to Connie.
Yeah, that's good, Connie. Very, very good. Because I was thinking about not having to have a persona while you're in the breakdown. I was so set on trying to be super nice still, trying to, like, reality is what I started to withdraw, and I started to just really have a lot of feelings around, oh, I'm not the same person. I knew I was changing. And it sucked because everybody knew me as like nice and, and I'm always real big on how everyone else is feeling. And I couldn't even allow myself, even in the moment of the breakdown, to just be down and just not be so in servitude to everyone else's feelings and how they are around me within that. It's like, it's okay. You're just going through something. And, so I like what you said about that. Like, it's okay to just be in it and then not have to have a persona around who you are while you're going through something. You're not going to be who you are when you're going through something.
Exactly. And that going through all the stuff and allowing yourself to just feel bad or just feel incomplete or totally no control, that's all part of your healing process that's necessary for you to go on and be the winner that you are. So you're right.
Yeah.
It's the steps, it's the process.
Yep. It's a saying that I liked, and you said season, toys, a season. Always remember, this too shall pass. So we'll get through it.
Yeah, some super powerful stuff for sure. I really like, Joy, how you said at the beginning that breakdowns aren't setbacks, but they're setups for growth and transformation. I thought that was very, very powerful thing to say. And I'm naturally very introspective. So after every large or difficult or defining moment that I've had, I've taken the time to grieve, like Connie said, look at what lessons I've learned to and then chart a new course. But yeah, it's in those hard times that you build your strength. And as I've matured over the years, I've been able to give myself more space, most precious jewels that our earth contains, and the process that they have. First of all, they're in buried in the ground, and they have been under pressure and under a lot of bad things. Then they're mined, then they're cut out, and they're very ugly looking, so they have to be cut off, and all the stuff that doesn't make up the diamond or the ruby has to be cut away and polished, and there's a lot more hardship in that space. But then when it is ready to be sold in a ring or earrings or whatever, it is beautiful and it is brilliant and it is radiant. And I think that is the place where I want to be that diamond or to be that ruby, because they just didn't come beautiful. They came from very not good places and came out after all the hard work, brilliant and shining and radiant.
That was awesome. And you can also side tag along with that, Krista, that you see people that are very successful and they look like they're confident, they got it together, but they weren't always that way. You don't know their backstory. You don't know the road that they've traveled. And so just like the diamonds and the rubies, you're right. We are like that too. And the people you see that are out there, they're all the same. They all had to go through a process to get to where they are. And so we'll make it. We're going through a process and we're going to be a diamond and a ruby also when we're done. So good analogy.
That is,
Yeah, good analogy.
yeah, that's very good. Connie, you made me think of our outward appearance can be a reflection of how we feel inside. And when we're struggling, it can show in the way that we present ourselves. And whether it's our energy level, our posture, our confidence, but what's equally powerful is how this works in reverse. And sometimes by just shifting our appearance, like dressing confidently, smiling more, or holding our heads high, like we wouldn't even know what you went through because she was still coming on Sister Talks, okay?
That's right.
Yeah, so we can start to feel that strength and confidence. You got a testimony because we can't say, oh, well, you didn't show up or we can't say that because she still showed up and in confidence internally. And it's not about masking our true feelings, but it's about using physical shifts as tools to inspire the mindset changes that we need. Even though the external situation hasn't changed yet, you might find yourself becoming more open to new perspectives because she always said yes. And it's letting go of the rigid expectations and then feeling a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Now I look at her, she talking about, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to launch this. I'm getting ready to do that. So I do notice that leaning into a growth mindset has helped me manage and get through the tough days. And it's that moment when you recognize that despite the challenges, you have the power to just keep going, you adapt, and you create change. And it's when your faith in the process becomes stronger than your fear of, say it with me, failure. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's also, it doesn't have to be a big issue. Can be as simple as you're in a funk and you're having a funky day, but you got to go to the store and get whatever. Smile. Walk erect with your shoulders back. Don't push the cart and smile. And I'm telling you, how many times has it happened to you? I'm sure a lot, just like me. You smile at people and they smile back, and you make a difference not only in yourself. So it doesn't have to always be the big events that we're talking about, just your day to day life or just being around the house. Just smile.
Yes.
It
It'll
helps.
make you feel so much better. I hope you are enjoying Sister Talks. Whether you're in the midst of a struggle or reflecting on past challenges, Sister Talks will inspire you to keep pushing forward and embrace the growth waiting on the other side. So, what about you? Are you an encourager, but sometimes feel that you need a little encouragement yourself? Do you sometimes get off track and need a little push to get going again? Are you willing and ready to be vulnerable about your struggles? Are you ready to be a cheerleader in someone else's life? Are you looking to connect with other women? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, chances are you are not the only one going through a difficult situation. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes the greatest strength comes in recognizing that you cannot do things alone. So join our community of like-minded women who have a desire to inspire, empower, and support others to soar a little higher. Join us for Sister Talks. Come join us and get to know people with similar interests so we can encourage each other. You can either subscribe and listen, or you can be featured as a guest participant on our panel. Sister Talks is featured quarterly on our Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast. So come join the conversation and help lift each other up and empower one another. All right, let's get back to our episode. All right, well, it's time for Note to Self. Note to Self. So it's important to recognize the power of community and connection, as we've all mentioned today. We all know how challenging the entrepreneurial journey can be, especially during difficult times, as we mentioned, and then how we turn breakdowns into breakthroughs, the strategies we use to rise, and how embracing these moments lead to unexpected growth and new opportunities. So it's important to build strong support networks and the role of sisterhood in business. So, how can women entrepreneurs support each other during tough times to encourage resilience and growth?
I would say, first off, something just simple is maybe leave a comment or reach out, DM, or just leave a comment on their page of encouragement. You'd be surprised how many people, read those comments and it can push you through. You may have been feeling some type of way earlier that day, and you might read a comment of how your business, whatever business it is helping or encouraging others. And just that, even just one comment could keep you going. So I would say that. Also, maybe joining forces with someone else who has a business similar to yours or who's like-minded. And you may not even collaborate with them fully. You might just have conversations around what they're doing. And so that might help you. If they're more successful, then that could maybe help you stick in there, what you're trying to do. If they have products that they sell, depending on what kind of business it is, maybe support and just buy something, even something small could help. That might, they may have not gotten any sales in a while, and then they get the one and go, oh, okay, I got to keep going. So yeah, I would just stay connected with
people who are doing what you want to do.
I agree with all that, Toy. That was really, really excellent. And and how can we encourage other women entrepreneurs? Just all the things that you said, and sometimes just listen. Sometimes they don't want your advice. Sometimes they just need to dump. They just
That's
need to
good.
let go of things sometimes, or they just need to get it out of them so they can take that breath and then take the next step forward. And if you've got something that can encourage them, absolutely encourage them. Boy, you're not alone, sister. I might not know that one, but I'm telling you, we've all been through it. But I'm telling you, I'm here for you. So if you need to talk, I can listen. Or, like you say, and just positive little comments. You don't need to go over the top when they feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to talk to her again because now she won't stop talking. Oh, but no, but you know what I mean. Sometimes there are people like that. I know. I'm thinking of a couple people that I know in my circles, and it's like I'm not going to go to and but if you can be just a positive encouragement and be there for them, and then, man, maybe they'll see you doing some stuff, and that will encourage them also that you are resilient. And because a lot of times people know some of the factors that are in your life. I remember one time when I was working in an office situation, and my boss came up to me in a quiet moment. She said, I don't know how you do it. I see you going through all the stuff, but yet you still got a good attitude. Bam. I didn't even know I was influencing that person, but just my attitude can influence people that you don't even know. So surround yourself with good people, take a deep breath, and keep going for your goals with a smile. I'm a big one for smiling. Yeah.
And you have a beautiful smile too, Connie.
Thank you, babe.
I think some things that can help is reframing our own minds and helping our friends or colleagues reframe their minds and words. Um, our words have a lot of power, and I think so often we don't even think about what we're saying. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, whoops, that was a failure or whatever. But those words stick in your brain and then you act like that. So if we can reframe our minds and our words, I think that's very powerful thing to start doing. It's work. It's not a once and done for sure. That's definitely work. But of course, not minimizing what they're going through either. So like allowing the feelings, but then being able to see what pieces need to be removed or what pieces need to be added in or whatever, and then supporting with love and not with judgment, and recognizing that everyone is on her own path and learns lessons in different ways and at different times.
Mm-hmm.
And no hardship or breakdown is ever wasted when we can acknowledge, feel, and learn, move on, and grow from that experience. But sometimes we have to go through the hard times, one, to learn our own lessons, but also two, to help and support somebody else who is a few steps behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
Ooh, she said a mouthful there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yes.
man, yes, I agree with you all. And Connie, everyone has said it too. It does start with active listening. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just knowing that someone is truly hearing and understanding what you're going through can be incredibly powerful. And so I love our platform here, Sister Talks, because we have open dialogue. And I love that you ladies share your stories of personal struggles and triumphs. And it's truly another way to provide support. When women open up about their own challenges and how they navigated them, and, it helps others realize that they're not alone and that setbacks are often stepping stones to success. And so these stories can inspire They motivate and offer valuable insights on overcoming obstacles. So, together we can create a network of support where every woman feels empowered to face her challenges with resilience and courage. So, thank you, ladies, again for inspiring and empowering and supporting others.
You're welcome, for sure.
I think it's so cool. Toy, you always have the practical examples of a thing. I come from the heart and we're here, and then Chris, you have the steps. Okay, you also go by the experiences, but now you look at it, you go, okay, now this is what we do step by step. So we get the practical, we get the emotional, and then we go, okay, follow through. This is what you do. I
Yeah,
love it.
that is
love
funny. And then with me starting, it just goes through that whole process. It's so
Yes,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
true. Cool. I love it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. The way Chris says, she wraps it up
Yeah.
perfect every time,
Bring
as
it
if it was
home.
planned.
So you
Yeah.
want to take your notes. You want to
Yeah.
have your pen and paper when she's talking, like, okay,
Yeah.
do this. Right.
That's so
Next.
funny.
Yeah. And
I
this
love
is that active listening that I'm talking about. Oh man, I could get emotional, man. You just don't know how many people subscribe to our podcast and really listen. We have people in different countries
Mhm.
that are hearing. So the fact that you ladies be vulnerable and show that we're not perfect, but the one thing that you guys keep doing is you keep showing up.
Mm.
You keep going through the fire, as Krista said. Pressure makes diamonds, and
Mhm.
so you keep going through and you keep showing up.
Yeah.
God bless
But
you.
look at the new, like we're saying, you got a new attitude, but really that's the truth because
Yeah.
all these things we're talking about, you come through and you're like, all right, that was then, but this is now. It's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. This has been such an inspiring discussion. And it's incredible to hear how each of you turn your breakdowns into breakthroughs. And I know these stories will resonate with so many of our listeners. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When we lean into our support system and our inner strength, we can transform any situation. So, thank you, ladies, for sharing your stories and wisdoms with us today. And this was awesome. I love when you come on the podcast, and I love listening to you.
Thank you. Thank you for.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My
I love this.
pleasure.
I always learn.
I love that Connie said that too. But we always learn from you, Connie. Oh my
Mhm.
God, this is so good. Yeah. Let's continue to support each other by creating a sense of community and fostering a space where honesty, vulnerability, and encouragement thrive. So invite others to join us for Sister Talks. Woo! All right, bye, ladies.
All right, honeys. Bye. I love you. Miss. It's good to be together.
Yes, I love you all.
Have a good day.
Have a good
All right,
day,
thank
everybody.
you.
Love you.
So this concludes today's episode. Did you enjoy the Sister Talks, ladies? Tune in to our Sister Talks episodes where we continue to lift each other up, share our truths, and empower one another. And as always, stay fierce and mindful. All right, I'll see you next time.
Sisters for life. yourself.